Today we're going to learn about silent letter pairs. How many in particular? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in particular. There's more than this, but these are the most common. I want to teach you about GN. So a silent letter pair is two letters that makes one sound, and that one sound is represented by one of the letters in that pair. So for instance, that GN says N, as in gnat, or gnome. So you don't hear the G, but you do hear the N. Is it a digraph? Technically, yes. A digraph means two letters that make one sound. However, when people refer to digraphs, they're usually referring to SH, CH, TH, PH. And if you look at those digraphs, they don't say what either of those letters say. They say something completely different, right? So that's the difference between a typical digraph and a silent letter pair. In a silent letter pair, one of the letters is going to be pronounced, the other one is silent. So the first one is that GN, then we also have a KN that just makes the N sound, as in knife or not. The K is silent in KN and the G is silent in GN. We have WR, very common. You hear the R, you don't hear the W. So in write, wrinkle, wrap. Yeah? How about PS? You only hear the S. Now it's not always the second letter that is heard, but it is typical. It's common, but it's not always. I'll show you in the next silent letter pair that we're going to learn. So PS, that looks hard if you have dyslexia, because that, yeah, it just does. PS says S, as in psalm, or psychology. You only hear the S. Last one is an MB. You only hear the M. So that one you hear the first letter, not the second one, as in lamb or comb. Yeah? So let's practice reading these. Go ahead and write down, if you're taking notes, those 5. We have GN that says N, KN that says N, WR that says PS that says S, and MB that says M. Okay, so I don't have my tablet today. I do, but it's being wonky. So I'm going to use my whiteboard. No, I'm not. This isn't even spelling. I'm going to use my... You don't have to look at my terrible writing in reading class. Only my spelling class students have to. All right, so let's practice reading. Let me grab my annotation. Did I forget to share? Yep, let me share. All right, so if we're going to annotate this, I'm going to give this 1 dot. I'm going to actually underline it to tell my brain that that's a digraph is a faster way to say silent letter pair. Digraph just means, di means 2, graph means letters. 2 letters that make one sound, so this is a digraph that makes one sound, so it gets 1 dot. This O is going to make it short sound because of the tap 2 rule, ah, and then p, so this word would be nop, nop. So what would yours say? Take a minute and try yours, and then I'll come back and read it with you. Gotcha, Lily. Yeah. Okay, so GN is a silent letter pair that says N. This U is going to say You don't have to guess. You can tell because there is not another vowel 1 or 2 doors away. So you don't have to guess what that U is going to say. It's going to make its short sound and say So we have N, Z, nuz, nuz. Next, here's a KN. KN says N. Here we have an A because there are two consonants after it, and an I because there are two consonants after it. So we have N, A, P, I, Sh. So let me just talk a minute about this word. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 letters and only 5 sounds. There is one silent letter pair, one doubled consonant, and one digraph. Silent letter pair that makes one sound, doubled consonant that makes one sound, digraph that makes one sound. So when we blend those sounds together, we have nappish, nappish. All right, so try yours. Yeah, give this CH a hard ch at the end. Make sure it's nice and fast versus this SH, which is sustainable, can be extended. This sound is very quick. So this KN is a silent letter pair that just makes the N sound and says N. U right here with those two consonants after it makes it short sound and says Same with this I, it's short sound and says I. CH is a fast or a quick digraph that says ch. So we have N, A, P, I, ch. Nuppitch, nuppitch, nuppitch. Are you pretty smart? You should be feeling pretty smart by now, because look at that word. It's kind of crazy looking. All of these are a little crazy looking, but they're not going to be crazy seeming to you much longer. I wonder, can you see these little red lines? But apparently my, I'm on Google Docs. I didn't bring up my PDF, but apparently Google's trying to tell me that this word is spelled wrong. Thank you so much, Google. All right, so we have a WR that says just the R is pronounced. This I says I because of the tap two rule, vowel 1 or 2 doors away. This ER is a grapheme that says You'll notice ER together often. The E is silent, you just hear the R. Is that a silent letter pair? Maybe technically. Is it a digraph? Maybe technically. It's really just a suffix that says but let's count it as one sound for our blending. So we have I, P, riper, riper. So try yours. This is kind of fun, isn't it? You're getting it, aren't you? Yep. So this WR is a silent letter pair that says her. This E is going to say because of those two consonants after it. This I will say I because there's not a vowel 1 or 2 doors away. So the sounds are her, n, ch, I, p. Wrenship, wrenship. Sounds like something you would eat. Wrenship, wrenship. Now, would you do me a favor, put in the Q&A, how many out of these first 3 did you get on your own without me? How many out of those first 3 did you get on your own? Okay. Thank you. Excellent feedback. Thank you. That's what I was hoping. I was hoping to hear. Good. All right, so all of us either got 2 or 3 out of the 3 so far. All right, so let's keep going. We have this PS right here that says what? Just the S, right? This A is going to make its long sound and say A. Because of the tap 2 rule, there's a vowel 1 or 2 doors away. This E at the end is silent. E's at the end are almost always silent. So our sounds are S, A, M. Same. It's kind of a funky way to spell same, isn't it? Same. Try yours. What would yours say over here? Yours is actually a Greek nonsense word. Any word that ends with a CT is a Greek word. Kt, right there. So here we have a PS, a silent letter pair that just says S. This A is going to say A because the next 2 letters are consonants. The C is going to make its hard sound, its typical sound, because that is not an E, I, or Y. And whenever you see CT at the end, it's going to be pronounced as kt, kt. So we have sacked, sacked, sacked. Hopefully you're feeling pretty smart right now. Okay, let's go to number 5. I think I'm going to let you do this one on your own. Go for it. I don't think you need me anymore. So this MB is going to say That B is silent, just like in lamb or comb. These 2 I's are going to say 2 different things because of the tap 2 rule. So we have k, I. This one makes its long sound. T, I. This one makes its short sound because of the 2 letters that come after each one. We don't pronounce the B. It's silent. Critim. Critim. Yeah? Critim. Go ahead and try this one. So this A is going to say A because there's a vowel 1 or 2 doors away. This A is going to say it's short sound because there's not a vowel 1 or 2 doors away. Long, short. MB says So we have lay some, lay some, lay some, lay some. Now out of sacked, critim, and lay some. How many of those 3 did you get? Would you let me know in the Q&A? So I know how fast or slow to keep going. How many of those last 3? Oh, in critim, Blair, I can see that. Critim. Good insight. Okay, so a lot, nobody put 3. Well, only a couple people got all 3 of those. So let's keep going. Let's get this even more solidified in your brain. Try number 6. Let me do number 6 with you. So we have this KN that's going to say N. The K is silent. Here we have an I, and here we have a sh. So 3 sounds in this 5-letter word. N, I, sh, nish, nish. So what would yours say over here? Nop, nop. Yeah, nop. Let's look down here at the extra practice. Which one would you like me to do with you? Okay, Joe, you were first. Number 7. That looks like a fun one. I'm excited. All right, so this KN says N. Here we have an A. Here we have a double consonant. Here we have an ER that just says R. We don't even hear the E. And everything else you would, well, the A says A. Then the consonants say what you would expect. So go ahead and try it, and then I'll come in after. This A can say A or it can say Either one is okay. Go slow. Go slow. This is a hard one. All right, so if we broke this down, KN is going to sound like an N only. Okay, this A is going to sound like A because of those two consonants. This ER says This A can say A, or if you were here in A month, you also know that it can say It can make the schwa sound and say So either one of these are going to be okay. So we have N, A, P, A, P. Naparamp. Naparamp, or if this was a schwa right here, naparump. Naparump. Hard one. How'd you do on naparump or naparamp? Why? Yeah, you got it, or A almost. Phone number 5. How come both I say something different? I thought I was in the middle. We're always short. Oh, okay. So I in the middle syllable makes it short sound, but not necessarily in the middle of a word. Like in 5. 5 is just the number 5. Let me just show everybody what we're doing here. Let me look. Oh my goodness, so many Y's. Well done, you guys. So I got a question about the number 5 spelled out. They were wondering, why doesn't that I say I? Because this person thought that I in the middle said I. In order for I in the middle to say it has to be in the middle syllable, not in the middle of the word. 5, the word 5 is one syllable. 5, one syllable. But if it was, even if it was 50, that's 2 syllables. 50, 2 syllables. In order for there to be a middle syllable, the word has to be at least 3 syllables long. Like family. That I in the middle says I, because it's in the middle syllable. We have fam, I, li. Hospital. That I in the middle says I. Practical. So all of these are 3 syllables or longer. If that I is in the middle syllable, it gets to say I. But if it's just in the middle of a word, it doesn't. If it's a 1 or 2 syllable word. Hopefully that helps. Okay, my friends. How are you feeling about silent letter pairs? So you have learned that GN is N, like gnat or gnome. KN is N, like knife or knit. WR is like right or ring, as in ring something out. MB is M, such as lamb or comb. And what was the other one? PS says like psychology or psychotic. Now you know what all of those mystery letters are. They're just part of a silent letter pair. Why do we have them? I wish I knew. Actually, it comes from Old English. These silent letter pairs come from GH is another one. Just says G. There's a whole bunch. What else is there? There's a lot. If you think of any others, let me know, and I'll bring them up in the future classes so that we can just kind of have reminders of what these silent letter pairs are and how they are read in words. All right, my friends. Congratulations on your new knowledge. It's yours to keep. I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye, everybody.